Hello, everyone. It's wonderful to see you again. We appreciate your presence with us today. We have a fresh tale to unfold, so let us embark on this journey together. Let me begin by sharing that I never imagined I would recount this tale, as for a long time, I found it hard to accept their truth. I'm Kevin, and if you've ever experienced a relationship where the sparks seem to fade unexpectedly, then you might find what I have to share intriguing. When many men hear their partners express a desire for space, a wave of unease washes over them. In moments like these, remember this. There's no need to plead or dispute. Instead, embrace a clever approach. Let's start at the very beginning. 15 years have passed. That's the span of time Jessica and I have shared in our union. We weren't flawless, as no couple truly is, yet I always believed we shared a deep and meaningful connection. We navigated through challenges, disagreements, and moments of joy and sorrow. Yet ultimately, we stood united as one. Or, at least, that was my conviction. In that moment, everything shifted. Words became fleeting. She began to linger in the quiet hours, phone cradled in her hand, the glow illuminating her features in the stillness of the night. Whenever I inquired about her activities, she'd simply shrug, lost in her scrolling or engaged in a conversation with a friend. Initially, I chose to overlook it. Every individual is entitled to their own space. Wouldn't you agree? Yet, as I observed further, my awareness deepened. She began to laugh at messages that remained a secret between her and the screen. She began to protect her phone, angling the screen away and placing it face down on the table. There were nights when she'd receive a message, and rather than responding immediately, she'd take her phone and step away, savoring the moment in solitude. That's when a subtle tension began to weave its way into the atmosphere. When you've shared enough time with someone, you can sense the subtle shifts in their behavior. I reassured myself that I was simply lost in thought. Perhaps I was amplifying something that wasn't as significant as it seemed. Yet, beneath the surface, a deeper understanding lingered within me. One evening, she invites me to sit with her, a thoughtful expression gracing her features. The memory of her gaze that night lingers in my mind. Our dinner had just come to a close. She set her fork aside, inhaled deeply, and locked her gaze with mine. Kevin, I need some time to explore my own path. My mind absorbed the words without hesitation, yet my body lingered in a different realm. My body became utterly motionless. Silence lingered in the air. A gentle, lingering ache in my heart. Yet, I kept it hidden from view. I gently nodded, allowing myself to sink back into the embrace of my chair. Ah, space, a vast expanse that stirs the soul. I echoed softly, my tone laced with a hint of playful intrigue. I ensured my voice held no trace of anger or pain, only a gentle curiosity lingering beneath the surface. In my experience, I've come to realize that the one who remains composed possesses a profound strength. She paused, as if my reaction caught her off guard. In that moment, I realized it was more than just a desire for solitude or a phase of introspection. There was an undercurrent of something deeper at play. My intuition whispered that truth to me. And when your intuition whispers, you pay attention. I inquired softly about her true meaning. Did she crave a moment of solitude within the walls of her home? Was she yearning to escape to another place? Was she enveloped in a wave of emotions? Her replies were elusive, filled with a sense of uncertainty, as she murmured about needing to find her way. What is there to uncover? I observed her intently, the way she averted her gaze. Her fingers danced restlessly, a subtle expression of her inner thoughts. In that moment, I found clarity and made a choice. I certainly wasn't going to press her with a multitude of questions she had already chosen to leave unanswered. Absolutely not. Instead, I was determined to uncover the truth on my own. Many believe in the importance of trusting your partner. Listen to the whispers of your heart. And my instincts were whispering urgently to me. In the days that followed, I began to explore deeply. At times, the truth lies close to the surface, waiting to be discovered. It lingers in the quiet, yearning for a touch of recognition. Initially, I explored her phone records, just a gentle inquiry to see if there was a number that kept appearing. And indeed, One captured my attention, again and again. Next, I explored her social media, savoring the delicate nuances that caught my eye. Who found joy in her posts? Who was sharing their thoughts? What truly matters is who has captured her attention once more. In that moment, it caught my eye, a name that evokes a sense of intimacy, a name that stirred memories long forgotten. Her first love from high school, the man she shared a connection with prior to me. The young man she often reminisced about felt like a fleeting chapter in a bittersweet romance, one that lingered without a true conclusion. And there he was, reappearing in her world. Initially, I felt a calmness wash over me. I reassured myself that it could remain pure. Perhaps they found their way back to each other. Yet, upon seeing the messages, the lingering conversations, the emoticons, reflecting on the memories of days gone by, messages that feel out of place in a married woman's inbox. In that moment, I felt the urge to gently rouse her and seek the answers that lingered in the air between us. Yet I chose not to. I kept my silence about what I discovered, for when someone expresses a need for space, it's clear they have already distanced themselves. Their choice was settled in silence, long before the words ever escaped their lips. They seek your affirmation, hoping it will ease their own burdens of conscience. Yet, there's something to consider. When a woman seeks distance, she hopes for you to pursue her with gentle determination. She longs for your call, to send a message, to arrive with blossoms, to inquire about how you might mend what has been broken. I chose a different path. I honored her request for space, allowing her the freedom she needed. In the silence between us, I found a quiet understanding. If her words were absent, so too were mine. And when she spoke to me, I offered only brief replies. Courteous, yet detached. Embrace warmth and connection. Embrace open communication. Simply a poised attachment. And instead of pleading for her gaze, I turned my energy inward, nurturing my own spirit. Our journey begins. The fitness center. I embraced the weights with a passion I hadn't felt in years. My intentions were not to seek her admiration. I was immersed in it because it brought me a profound sense of fulfillment, channeling my energy into something that truly nourished my spirit. Then I refreshed my wardrobe, embracing new, well-fitted pieces while letting go of the old, worn-out garments that she never even acknowledged. A new haircut, a gentle transformation, freshly shaven. Each morning, I gazed into the mirror and encountered a man who was not simply waiting to be selected. Yet, the most enchanting aspect, I breathed new life into my social connections. I began reconnecting with friends, those familiar faces I hadn't encountered in months, even years, as I had devoted so much of my time to nurturing my marriage. I began to embrace invitations rather than crafting reasons to decline. As Friday night unfolded, I found myself out in the world, not confined to the solitude of home, pondering her whereabouts. Jessica had her own tender circle of support, her companions, the ones she confided in, the ones who whispered that she was worthy of joy. Yet those very women, they sensed the transformation within me almost immediately. When I encountered them, I was not the despondent, shattered husband they anticipated. I felt a deep sense of assurance, tranquility, and ease within myself. I shared laughter, wore a warm smile, and nurtured conversations that flowed with ease and connection. And they felt it. In the beginning, it was gentle, a fleeting look, a soft smile that holds, a light-hearted, "Wow, Kevin, you seem to be shining lately." That deepened. Compliments transformed into a deep sense of intrigue. And you can be sure she noticed it as well. She noticed the warmth in their laughter at my jokes and the way they savored our conversations, allowing moments to stretch and breathe between us. Initially, Jessica reveled in her newfound sense of liberation. She believed she had chosen wisely, reassuring herself that all she needed was a moment to pause, to wander, to discover her own path. Yet the change in dynamics lingered in the air, palpable and undeniable. And soon, her thrill transformed into a gentle wave of uncertainty. She was unprepared for the transformation within me. She imagined I would be brooding, lingering in the shadows, yearning for her return, eager to show my value. Instead, I turned the narrative around. I had embraced a new chapter in my life, and that touched her deeply. The initial hints of her jealousy were delicate, brief glimpses that she endeavored to conceal. Yet I witnessed it. The way she tightened slightly when she noticed her friends laughing around me, their fingers brushing against my arm as they enjoyed my humor. Her best friend began to shower me with kindness, offering compliments at every opportunity, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere between us. I was simply existing, embracing my essence, yet in a more profound way, and it was unfolding beautifully. Jessica felt a stirring awareness, and that was the moment it enveloped her. She was slipping away from my grasp. The very thing she believed she desired, distance, was now becoming her adversary. She found herself irresistibly drawn in. One evening, as I relaxed in the living room, she entered and softly inquired, "How was your day?" In that moment, everything felt perfectly aligned, uncomplicated, relaxed, as though the world had paused, holding its breath in a moment of stillness. I failed to provide her with the connection she sought. It was delightful. That is all I expressed. There is a lack of detail and excitement, resulting in a response that feels quite neutral. I maintained a tone that was airy yet removed, courteous yet indifferent. I wasn't unkind, I wasn't harsh, yet I ensured she sensed the shift. She had slipped from the forefront of my thoughts. Her expression revealed everything. She had hoped for something deeper. She imagined I would glow at the melody of her voice, longing to connect. But that's not how the dance unfolded anymore. I was ready to step away from her game. In that instant, she felt the stirrings of a profound awakening within her. A few days later, she took another step forward. This time, she poured her heart into it. She began to share her thoughts with me more often. Not merely light exchanges, but genuine dialogues that stir the soul. Inquiring about my intentions, admiring my look, and subtly suggesting that she was aware of the transformation I had undergone. Then the idea of a date night emerged. We should share an evening together sometime. Only the two of us. How about sharing a dinner together? I was aware of her intentions. She attempted to retreat, as if the moment had never occurred, hoping I would seize the chance eagerly. Yet, I had no intention of allowing it to unfold so effortlessly. I maintained my composure. I gave a gentle nod. Perhaps. Allow me a moment to review my plans. That response shattered her spirit. She anticipated my swift agreement, to feel a wave of warmth, knowing she was finally returning. Instead, she found herself enveloped in a haze of uncertainty. The same ambiguity she had cast upon me when she requested distance. Then arrived the moment of adornment. She began donning the outfits that captured my admiration, styling her hair with care, and filling the air with the delicate scent of her perfume throughout the home. Subtle nuances, yet they were unmistakable. Her actions were not for her own sake. She sought my gaze, her every move a silent invitation. Yet I held back. I was calm, collected, and fully in command. It was inevitable that she would eventually break free from her constraints. And in that moment, I committed every nuance to memory. On a night filled with unspoken feelings, she finally voiced her truth. The words lingered in the air, anticipated yet unspoken, as I hesitated to pull them from her lips. She settled into her seat, her gaze locking onto mine as she softly confessed her error. I feel as though I may have erred. Her voice had taken on a gentle quality, laced with hesitation. I crave your closeness. I long for your presence. I reclined, observing her, allowing her words to linger in the air. Then, I finally shared the words that had lingered on my lips for months. I honored your request for space, allowing you the freedom you needed. Yet, I find myself questioning whether I truly wish to return to the way things once were. Her expression dimmed. In that moment, clarity washed over her. A transformation had taken place. Her eyes reflected a deep sense of regret. She realized she had been her own undoing. Yet in that moment, it held no significance any longer. I have reached my limit, I told her, my voice calm, yet filled with unspoken depth. You desire distance. And I came to understand that I was worthy of someone who had never sought it out from the beginning. And in an instant, it came to an end. I observed her in that moment, captivated by the way she seemed lost in thought, grappling with the realization that the man she believed would always be by her side had quietly faded away. The beloved companion from high school, a playfelist, a gentle diversion. He never truly valued her, merely an old flame toying with her feelings, seeking to revisit memories before retreating to his own world. The process of separation unfolded over several months. Yet, before the final moments unfolded, she revealed her heart to me. I feel a deep sense of remorse. I find myself reflecting on everything with a sense of longing. Yet by that moment, I had already found my way forward. I found myself in a more fulfilling space, embraced by someone who truly appreciated the essence of what I bring to the table. And her? She found herself in solitude. What are your thoughts, everyone? Did I approach this in the right manner? Was it the right choice to welcome her back after all that has transpired? Did I make the right choice to let go? I understand that some might suggest I should have fought for my marriage. But may I inquire, what was it that you fought for? For a woman who seemed poised to let me go the moment she believed something better might come along? A woman who came to understand my worth only when she witnessed the admiration of others around me? That doesn't feel like love. That's an intimate connection. She seemed distant, as if my presence was a mere whisper in the wind. She simply couldn't bear the thought of me being with someone else. And that creates a profound distinction. Let me share a lesson I discovered through experience. When a woman expresses the desire for space, her decision is often already settled in her heart. She simply lacks the courage to share the complete truth with you. She's not seeking distance to gather her thoughts. She seeks the freedom to wander through her choices, unburdened by guilt. As soon as you begin to implore, to seek her understanding, the admiration she held for you begins to fade away. In this moment, you are affirming the feelings she has long sensed. You seem to be longing for something more. She is capable of so much more. Hear me out, gentlemen. If your partner ever expresses a need for space, it's important to respect her wishes and give her the time she seeks. Hold back your tears, refrain from pleading, and resist the urge to overwhelm her with messages expressing your deep affection. That's precisely what she hopes you will embrace. In that instant, you gently guide her toward a choice that feels right. Instead, offer her precisely what she desires, but in a way that aligns with your own intentions. Take a step back. Embrace the journey of self-discovery. Embrace the gym. Elevate your style. Enjoy moments with friends, and let her witness your flourishing journey without her. Allow her to experience the void left by the man she believed she could effortlessly substitute. And here's what's astonishing. Once she perceives the attention from other women drawn to you and observes your progress rather than passivity, a wave of introspection will wash over her. She may find herself questioning her choices. She'll sense that twinge of jealousy stirring within her, and in an instant, the roles shift. Now, she's the one pursuing you. And in that moment, you reflect on whether she truly deserves to be welcomed back into your life. Ultimately, it all comes down to honoring oneself. Never allow anyone to make you feel like an afterthought. Recognize your value. And if someone must part ways to truly understand your worth, allow them to go and let it be a lasting farewell. So, share with me, what would your choice have been? Share your feelings in the comments. If you know someone who could benefit from this, share this video with them. If you've experienced something like this, I would love to hear how you navigated through it. Until we meet again, nurture yourself and remain keen.